Can you tell me what happened to Jesus?
He healed me.
You what?
Epilepsy.
Yes, and how long have... Why hasn't he healed you? How do you...
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and also welcome if you are new. I'm so grateful to have you all here. So my name is AkuaB and here on this channel I cover all things faith, culture and encouragement. And as you can see from the title and from the announcement yesterday, this is part one of my two-part upload today for episode 3 of season 2 of The Chosen. But before I get straight into my reaction for part 1, I just want to quickly encourage you to leave a like down below on this video if you're enjoying these reactions so far, and also make sure to comment something that you're enjoying from my reaction or just something that you enjoyed from this episode in general. And also if you haven't already, then please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another upload, or tonight's upload with part 2. Also, before we get straight into reaction, I just want to quickly remind you to go ahead and follow me on my Instagram page at AkuaB, which is just an extension of this page here and what I do on this channel, which is even more faith, culture and encouragement on a more daily basis. And I just want to give a quick thank you for everyone that has been engaging, commenting, just viewing this channel, subscribing, all of the support. It's really been so encouraging, and even then to be featured on The Chosen's actual page, it's just like mind-blowing to see all the support and everything like that. So thank you so much, and let's get straight into it. Yes! I always love the intros because like I do these in 2 parts, so I always forget that there's an intro in some of them because it's like I don't get them in every reaction I do. So when I see the intro I'm like, yes, it's a good day. That rasp, yes.
But where would be a good place to start? For you? Yes, for me. The law of Moses, the prophecies of Isaiah, the wisdom of Solomon. For you, I think Psalms of David. Good start. I'm ready.
What a sight to see. Like all of the people wanting healing, I'm assuming, that are coming to Jesus because of word of mouth. Like Jesus's ministry spread like wildfire once it was in the public and like people knew about it, and just to experience that, I can't imagine what that would have felt like to hear about this Messiah that has come and then to actually be healed. Like, it's crazy.
For example, so the choir master is Psalm of David. If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. And just that. Just a few more minutes. Thank you for your patience, guys. Thank you.
But I'm not planning on ascending to heaven or making my bed deep in the depths.
You asked for a passage.
Yes, but one that could help me understand how you and everyone else knows more.
Look, that's what I know and what you must come to believe if you want to make any meaningful study of Torah.
I don't understand. Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened to Jesus?
No.
You of what? Yes, and how long have...
Say it back.
Oh, he's trying. Oh.
If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed deep in the depths, you are there.
There's nowhere you can go. No height you can climb to in your intellectual mind. No depths you can reach in your soul where God is not with you. You get it?
I just love like the biblical truth in this series, like the way that they intertwine scripture like all the time. Like even if it's not explicitly read out, then sometimes like the stories, for example, like someone commented the other day about a reaction that I did and saying that it was the Good Samaritan story from the perspective of the person who committed the crime against the victim that was on the side of the road. And it's just like the way that they intertwine the truth is so interesting. And I think I said it in one of my reactions to season 1. In, I don't know if it's like Jewish tradition or something, just like the biblical times, they used to talk around the truth, so the truth was made obvious rather than just point out the truth explicitly. And that is why like parables are so big, and like Jesus spoke in parables so that you could come to your own understanding of the truth, and everything that they talked about pointed to the truth, but they didn't just simply give it to you. So yeah, it's quite interesting the way that they do it.
So,
No amount of learning can bring you closer to God or make you more or less precious to Him. He's always right here, right now, with you, for you.
I don't feel it.
The feeling doesn't always come first. Sometimes you have to believe first.
Believing a thing does not make it true.
Now, that is wisdom, but these are not just any words. They are David's in Scripture.
But how do you know whether David was only talking about himself and not everyone else? He did say, if I ascend, not if people ascend.
It almost sounds like you don't want it to be true.
Excuse me, can you please tell me what happened to Jesus? Oh, you would have.
Yes, we are his students. Are you okay?
Fine. So with the passage of David, I'm just trying to understand.
The trying is the thing. Meditate on it for a few days and come back to it. You're always writing things down. Try writing it down several times. Something about writing it down that goes a long way.
That's what I say too.
Matthew, I think we've only just begun to know all you can do. David, there's a James. You're up. How's the line? It's getting longer. I'll come back out soon and help you. I won't take my full break.
Where's Nathaniel? My time to replace him.
That he's staying through, doesn't want to stop his shift.
Philip, take my place, see if we could make some headway. He's getting good.
There have been over 60 people already, with 50 waiting in line currently, not including lepers and others who are still in line.
You say over 50 in the line right now?
Yes.
How long is this going to last?
Well, it depends on each encounter you have.
Never mind, I get it.
Imagine how tedious it must have been to like collate and write all of the Gospels. Like,
Yes.
Did you get some ideas from Philip?
Yes. From the Songs of David. The passage to study before we learn more. If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed deep in the depths, you are there.
Really?
What? Is that from the firewood from before?
Yes. And then when I pushed back the man that was rushing the line, I cut it more on his back. Lend me that rag.
That same man you speak of bumped into me on his way out after Jesus healed his wife. I believe he's one of the men who arrived here last night.
Almost a 4-hour walk this morning, and we didn't even have a moment to settle in. I mean, it's great what he's doing, obviously, but I wish it would have happened tomorrow.
What is happening?
What are we a part of?
Is it wrong to say I have no idea? No, it makes me feel better.
I think that I haven't had time to think about it. All this time, my parents, I just now hate it. Other than that, I figured Thomas and I would get our answers from the rest of you.
The word is already spreading so fast. I didn't think about that.
Have you thought about the fame from all of this?
I wouldn't mind being famous. I'm not surprised.
It's not as fun as you might think. I cannot remember a time I did not think about the Messiah at least once a week. Before that, I prayed and prayed that he would come during this time, and I just hoped that I would at least get to see him. But to be close to him like this, and nobody like me, was not fun about that?
You called today fun.
Maybe not fun, but good. With this fame comes enemies. You will be hated too.
I'm used to that.
Well, you were protected, and your enemies weren't powerful.
Speaking of enemies, if someone had told you growing up that you would be a student of the Messiah, you would be close to him and you will help him in his mission, what would you have thought?
I would have said, sorry, I'm a girl. Ask my brother.
Fair enough. But really, Thomas, what would you have thought?
I would have thought I don't have military training. That's still a problem, actually.
Exactly. When I was a child,
They used to think that he would be like this great military leader, and they thought of him in a more political sense, that he was going to come and overthrow Rome and like re-establish Jewish authority and like all of this stuff, and like that just didn't happen. So when he did come and was totally what they didn't think, then they automatically thought he was a blasphemer and that he was a heretic and all of this stuff, and set out to persecute him. So like, just because he didn't come in the way that they believed, they disregarded him. And I think that just speaks to the verse in the Bible where it says that our ways are not his ways and that his thoughts are not our thoughts. So it's like the way that he perceives things and the way that he does things are so far off what we would think, and that's a good thing. So yeah, it's just interesting to see their different perspectives.
I used to think how amazing it would be to see Messiah kill all the Romans on my street, and I wanted to help him. I trained every day with a wooden sword. Yes, and I have this scar that proves he was pretty good.
I used to imagine that the Romans would break into our home and I would be hiding under the bed with a knife. And just when they came to get me, Messiah would rescue me at the last moment.
I didn't think we'd be spending our time healing. Well, watching him heal. And they'll never stop. The people come, the more they hear about it, and we're just going to be doing this the next 5 years. And we'll never get to the fighting part.
Eager to bring out that wooden sword of yours, are you?
Do you honestly not know what I'm talking about?
I guess I haven't had any expectations. Probably why it's a little easier for me. I can remember as a little girl hearing about how someone would save us someday, but I don't remember much about it. Why is it you expect a warrior?
Zechariah. For I will gather all the nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city will be captured. Then the Lord will go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fights on a day of battle. On that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which is in front of Jerusalem on the east.
Yes. The Mount of Olives will be split in two from east to west, and half of it will move in all this craziness, but we don't even know when this is going to be, if it's even in this lifetime. Here's what I also do not understand. Isn't the Messiah supposed to come at a time when all is holy? That's at least what you've been telling me.
What is that from?
Even a prophetic poem from the rabbis not so long ago. And there shall be no unrighteousness in them on his day. For they shall all be holy, and their king shall be the Lord Messiah.
Yes, that's why the Pharisees do not think he is the one. Maybe you have to help clean up the Red Quarter first.
I don't think he's waiting for us to be holy. And I think he's here because we can't be holy without him.
Oh, mic drop.
That's good. The baptizer will want to use that.
Big James, I need you to help with crowd control. People are bickering and getting physical, and I can't have much in that department. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to use my sword on them before the Rome.
So, let's see here. How are we doing? Well, are you serious? I'm more shocked than I was.
Yes, you are.
I thought you said you were good at this.
I thought I was.
I can't get out of this now.
Sorry,
Yeah. So what was everyone talking about?
Not much. Just prophecy, outgrowing fame, the Messiah healing disease instead of overthrowing the Romans. Small topics like that.
Well, I'm not sorry I missed it. I'm ready for this day to be over.
What about out there? Anything happen in your short shift?
Same as all day. One thing that is annoying me though is these people, they are believing in him and praising him, and don't get me wrong, that's great, but it's because he's healing them. That's the matter.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he said. That's all they need.
I just don't know how many of them would believe in him if he wasn't healing them.
So I have to ask.
I think I can guess.
I have two questions. Forgive me, but I speak plainly. What is your malady? Forgive me, I don't mean to offend.
It's fine. It's a form of paralysis. It's caused problems since birth.
It's almost time for eating meal. Are you hungry?
So then why... I mean... Why hasn't he healed you? How do you watch all these healings today? Does it bother you?
Fair questions.
There's like a perfect timing for everything, and there's a story in the Bible, in the Gospels, and it's a man, I think he's of like 40 years old, and he's like I think he was paralyzed or something like that, and he laid outside the temple like majority of his life, and he waited for people to carry him around and stuff like that, and he couldn't really do much for himself, and he just asked for, I think it was alms outside of the temple, and people would give him what they had when they walked in and stuff. And when Jesus healed him, he was late in his age, and it said in the Bible commentary that I was reading that it was most likely that people had passed by him like so often, like even Jesus probably had passed by him before when he was going to the temple. So it's just like there's a perfect timing for everything. And then when Jesus did heal him, then he was like overjoyed and, you know, was telling everyone about Jesus and all of this stuff. And it's just, there is a perfect timing for healing, and it can be so frustrating, especially like I've experienced it before when you're waiting for a healing, you're waiting for a breakthrough, and it's just like you see things happening for other people, and it's just like, why not me? Why not now? What is stopping this from happening? And then you can try and pin things on yourself, like I must not be righteous enough or holy enough or praying enough or fasting enough, or, you know, my thoughts aren't pure enough or something like that. And it's just like, that may not be the case, and it probably isn't in this situation either.
I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about all of this. I mean, I suppose one big thing is that I haven't asked.
Why not?
I don't know.
If I had your struggle and I was watching what was happening today, I'd demand it.
I don't know if I should. It just doesn't feel right. You know, and I suppose I've just been grateful that he called me to follow him in spite of it, but it's never come up, not even once. And I'm just afraid that if I mention it to him, he can change his mind about me or something.
And it's just sad, like, people, I watched, I think it was called, it was a program, I literally did a reaction to it. It was, I can't remember what it is, but it's a series on the gospel and stuff like that, and there's one called In Christ Alone. I think it's American Gospel, there we go, American Gospel. And that was talking about, it was following a guy that had, I think it was cerebral palsy or something like that, and he was just saying how he can live a lifetime, he can live up to 70 years with this, but then he'll live eternity without it. And suffering and like pain and all of that stuff is a very like in-depth topic that it takes like so much energy and just emotional preparation to even talk about, because if you're in your life, there's probably someone who has some kind of disability has been through some kind of suffering, even like everyone has been affected by suffering in some way, even if it's not personally. So just knowing that and having that, like there's some people that have been given a lifetime of a lifetime prediction of having that illness, having that disability, having that deformity, and it's just like there is hope in Jesus still. Like our disabilities and our suffering and our pain doesn't define us, it's Jesus that defines us. And you know, we just have to stay in prayer, stay in hope and healing for these people, because you know, we're all affected by it in some way. And Jesus never promises us a life without pain and suffering, but he does promise to give us that perfect peace that only he can give us, not like the world gives us. So even if we didn't have a disability, yes, it would make life easier. If we didn't have pain, it would make life easier. But do we have Jesus? And that is like the central thing that we need more than we need any of these things. But yeah, it's a very in-depth topic, and you know, it's a hard topic to even talk about and to get your head wrapped around. So yeah, it's understandable, this conversation of pain and suffering and stuff that these disciples are talking about, especially when one of them is suffering from something.
I'm pretty sure he knows your situation. It's not like if you pointed out he'd be surprised.
That's true.
Mary!
Okay, so that is the end of that reaction. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned for the later reaction, which is coming out in the evening today, which is part of the double upload, and that will be the second part to episode 3 of season 2. Make sure before you leave the video that you leave a like down below, and also comment something that you enjoyed from the reaction, or just your opinions on the episode in general, and also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel before you leave this video. And I'll catch you in my next reaction. Stay blessed and bye.